and welcome to the Rove Podcast. I'm your host, Anna Roberts, and I'm really excited to be joined by Madiha Naz next to me. Good morning.
Morning.
Now, you are better known as Maddy. You are a professional esports player. I have to admit, as somebody who doesn't get out very much and somebody who isn't involved in gaming, tell me exactly what it is that you do.
So basically, I am a professional gamer. I am signed to an esports organization called Galaxy Racer, which is also locally based. Their headquarters, at least. It's a global company, but their headquarters are based here. And yeah, we have a team, a full female team, and we represent the Middle Eastern region in tournaments.
Okay, incredible. Are there particular games that you play with this? I mean, I only know a few off the top of my head, and a lot of them are quite intense. And I've kind of seen little bits and pieces of what esport games look like. Take me through kind of what it is from your perspective.
So I think it's very similar to like traditional sports. People usually only have like one game or one sport that they lean towards. But obviously there are exceptions where you change sometimes later down the line. I am strictly only League of Legends.
Okay.
And yeah.
And what is League of Legends? It allows you to create a character.
It's a MOBA game that is a 5v5 game. So you have 5 players playing against 5 different players.
Yeah.
And it's all about teamwork, communication, also individual skill.
Okay. Oh, fantastic. Okay, so this is kind of really changing my perspective, my approach to what I know or understand what esports is. And I'm sure it is for a lot of people listening to this at the moment. Take me back then to your early days. How did you first start getting into esports?
So I got into gaming, not esports. I got into gaming when I was a really young girl. I used to watch my brother and my sister play. I'm the youngest of 5, surprisingly 5 in my family as well, 5 in my team as well. But I'm the youngest of 5, and I used to watch them game, and that was my introduction into gaming. And then fast forward to 2019, there was a major tournament called Girl Gamer coming to Dubai, the World Finals, and Galaxy Racer was the local organizer of it. And my sister, who's a journalist here, was actually attending the press conference. And I remember I had just quit my full-time job and I was trying to get into streaming. And I was doing freelance jobs, as any young person does here in Dubai. And my sister sends me this press release, and it's the Girl Gamer World Finals. And she had no idea. She was very unaware of what worlds it was. She was into gaming, but unaware about worlds. And I was like, no way, this was the entryway ticket for me to compete. I had no idea that it could be a profession or a career. I was just so desperate for like female competition because I never knew it existed. So that was basically how I got introduced to the idea of esports later. Galaxy Racer and Girl Gamer kind of helped me form a team. And it was the first ever all-female Middle Eastern esports team.
Wow.
And we were going to debut at the Girl Gamer Dubai Finals. And we did in 2020. And that is how my journey started. And until the tournament was finished, I actually had a conversation with the CEO of Galaxy Racer, Paul. And he introduced to me that my career was now going to be of a professional gamer.
Wow.
I had no idea you could make money off of it.
Wow, that
as
is
a full-time job, yeah.
And not only that as well, but I believe you were the captain of the first all-female team as well.
Yes.
Take me through what that was like as well, leading this kind of new frontier.
I think I was very lucky to have been put in this situation because it really makes you understand the confidence that you have, that you sometimes might not even realize that you have. And being put in this situation, I was just like, this is what I want to do. Like, I was so hungry for competition back then, more than now, because it was so fresh and something I never knew existed.
Yeah.
So being captain of the team back then, it was exciting. I discovered traits about myself that I didn't know I had.
And equally, discovering that about yourself has probably led to a lot of interesting responses and maybe misconceptions from other people in the last 3 years since you've turned this into a professional, career for yourself. What have been some of those stereotypes or misconceptions that you've come across?
I think the major one would be there's no need for a female team. Like females and males shouldn't be separated.
Okay.
And I agree. I agree they shouldn't. But as of now, there is a skill gap. Gaming has always been a male-dominated space. And with all female tournaments, it's providing a safe space for females to come and compete and grow their skill level, get some competitive experience. And this is the main purpose of it. I mean, Girl Gamer, the tournament, I think what they do is fantastic because it's really providing everything that I said to females. And, maybe in like 5-10 years, or not, maybe less, I don't know the time frame it will be, but maybe in a few years, we'll see females playing in male-dominated teams as well. That's the whole plan. But I think the main challenge that I faced was the criticism of being a female in gaming. Sadly, I hate saying this. It's so cliche, but it needs to be spoken about over and over again till it's no longer an issue.
Absolutely. Well, at least we've got a platform like this and hopefully changing some of those stereotypes as well.
Absolutely.
So take me through then what a typical day looks like when you prepare for these, esports challenges and competitions. You've just come back from something in Bahrain, and that was a full-on week by the sounds of what you've said. But take me through what a typical day or preparation looks like.
So it was the Girl Gamer Bahrain finals. I'm so happy that, it happened for the second time in the Middle East, and my team got to represent the region there as well. Before the tournament started, we actually had a pretty intense online training schedule where we would individually play a lot of solo queue games. Solo queue is basically when you get into the game by yourself and not as a team. You're paired with other random people, basically online. And we had a lot of team practices as well where, our coach would be present and all 5 girls would be present, and we'd be playing against another, let's say, esports roster. And we do that quite a bit, I think almost every day, sometimes twice a day. And these practice sessions take about 3 to 4 hours.
Wow.
Individually.
Gosh, it's a lot of time staring at a screen and being in one place, yeah.
Yeah, but I think Galaxy Racer has done well. They've put in laws, I make it sound so strict. They've put in rules where, like any other job, you have clauses, where, you need to take rest between each game. Our coach is very wonderful as well. After every game, go take a 5-minute walk, get up, get off your PC, don't stare at the screen.
Yeah.
Those things are very important. And I think being in this industry for like 3 years now, your mental health is number one. That comes number one.
So let me build on that then. You've spoken a little bit about that aspect of confidence and communication, teamwork, and really working together, as well as that balance with mental health. What are some of the skill sets that really make somebody excel in the domain that you're in?
I think, first of all, it's purely talent, just like traditional sports as well, talent or hard work. Like, I love giving the comparison between Messi and Ronaldo. Like, I'm not going to say which is which, but one is like nurture versus natural, I guess. Like, one is natural talent and then one worked really hard to get to where he is. And that comes to esports as well. You can have naturally gifted hands or a naturally gifted brain and you're just really good at the game. Or you can play a lot, study what the game is about, and get to that level as well. So I think it's really recognizing what you're good at and working more on it. It's very hard because I play the game, so I know what I'm thinking about. Yeah. And
you also do a lot of these competitions in front of an audience on stage, quite different than if you're just playing on your own at home without anybody else, in the background with you. It can cause probably a lot of mental health concerns, like you mentioned, or anxiety as well. How do you deal, or how do you advise your teammates to deal with these types of mental health issues?
Well, first of all, I believe that mental health issues come in any industry. Like, I've worked a full 9-to-5 job and I've realized, maybe mental health needs to be more spoken about in any organization, not just esports, but when it comes to esports, because I started my career in the time of COVID. So, people were really going through it in those times. And the way my team really deals with it is if there's an issue at hand, we openly talk about it. And, criticism is something that must be given in all industries, including esports and esports teams. So we just openly talk about it. We discuss if anything is wrong. Galaxy Racer did provide, we used to have a mental coach for a bit because it's not easy, You're working so closely with a group of 5 girls. What could go wrong? No, I'm kidding. But no, I think it's pretty similar to any other industry, to be honest. I just think esports is more spoken about because it's so new and we're in this era where mental health is spoken about. So I think it's a really good thing.
Fabulous. And with all of that optimism that you have, what are you looking forward to most in the coming year? You've represented the Middle East and also the UAE. What have we got coming up? Is there anything that you can share with us?
Oh, well, esports tournaments don't get announced till a very short time beforehand. Okay. So as of now, I am chilling because I just came back. I was in Riyadh and then I was in Bahrain, all in the span of 9 days.
Wow.
So I am chilling for the next couple of days. That's what I see.
Fantastic. Okay, so just a short-sighted focus on that mental health and just relaxing while you can.
And Ramadan is coming.
Absolutely.
So Ramadan Mubarak.
Yes, and I'm sure that during the holy month as well, we'll have the chance to reflect and have that renewed energy for the rest of the year. What is it like representing the Middle East and representing the UAE? Do people ask you interesting questions? Is it something that is really kind of catching on amongst female gamers here in the region?
So I'm actually Pakistani. I'm not even Middle Eastern.
Okay.
So I was born in Abu Dhabi and then I was raised all my life in Dubai.
Okay.
And I don't know any other thing. I never lived in Pakistan.
Very similar story to myself. I'm from New Zealand, moved here at the age of 7, and we both call the UAE home.
Yeah, and this is the case for many others. Yeah. So having the opportunity to represent this country and this region, it honestly, I feel so accepted and I feel so happy that I'm able to do so and I'm able to show talent that is locally supported from here.
Yes.
And it just makes me so happy whenever I play in tournaments. I get all these messages on social media that we're so happy you're representing us.
Yeah.
And I think it's more emotional than anything that, you feel that level of acceptance.
Absolutely. And that talent has been recognized. You were awarded a golden visa to stay here in the UAE.
Yes, it was pretty emotional. It was so sad because it wasn't so sad. It was so good that it was sad for me. I felt sad inside. Happy tears. Did I say that right? Okay.
Yeah, happy tears.
I got a phone call one day from the Prime Minister's office and they were like, you've been nominated for a golden visa for gaming. And the whole procedure took I think a month of everything until I submitted the documents they needed. I submitted my passport and then I got my stamp and I felt it was amazing. I can't put it into words. I usually have a lot of words for everything, but I'm speechless when it comes to this. I just feel like the country has supported me with everything I ever needed. I remember meeting Sheikh Mohammed the first month of me getting into pro play. And that was amazing as well. I feel like the country has just supported me.
Just incredible. It's wonderful that you've had that kind of support. And just finally as well, I want to squeeze in one last question before we wrap up, which is about being represented in the Forbes 30 under 30 list, which happened last year. Was that also quite a surprise for you as well?
Yeah, I'm so happy that it happened. I'm so happy I'm not 30 yet. But that was amazing. The whole experience was really nice as well. I was honored that I was the first person from the Middle East in the esports category as well. A lot of firsts were broken. And no, the whole team at Forbes were so sweet and they were so interested in the whole esports experience. And many people are. And that makes me happy with what I do because then that gets the word of esports out. as well. So yeah.
Oh, just incredible. You've definitely opened my eyes into a domain that I had no idea about. It's something that I'm more intrigued, and I think I view with definitely a lens of respect with everything that you put into all of your success so far. And like you say, it is a real career, it is a real profession, and something that hopefully other people will learn a little bit about today with our conversation. So thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.